Na tumeambia polisi, mtu yoyote mwenye atakaribia police station, piga yeye risasi.
Hi ladies and gentlemen, in the heat of the June 2025 Gen Z's protest sweeping across Kenya, the Interior CS Kipchumba Murkomen found himself at the center of public outrage. A video that surfaced online where Murkomen allegedly gave police the green light to use the live bullets if attacked during protest has sparked an intense backlash. Here's the video.
Ya kwamba sasa ile kupembelezana na wakora ati wanapewa bondi ya pesa kidogo alafu wasunguke hapo wakuje tena kupigana na polisi, lazima ikwishe. Tumeelewana? Ile shida yenye inafanya hata polisi za wengine ipige wakora risasi ni kwa sababu wanashikwa, wanaenda, wanarudi, wanakuja kuchekelea polisi kuambia sasa tulifika wapi, hakuna penye tumeenda. Si ni ukweli? Na tumeambia polisi, mtu yoyote mwenye atakaribia police station, piga yeye risasi. Mtu yoyote.
Wow, that is the Interior CS Murkomen. Actually, the first two sentences in the statement culminated in Murkomen's dramatic booing and almost forcefully ejected from a public gathering by angry Gen Z's demonstrators, as you've seen in that clip. So I want us to look into this Murkomen's issue or statement, why Gen Z's booed him and almost forcefully ejected him from the crowd. Reason number one, reckless statement on police brutality. You see, Murkomen's directive, interpreted as a shoot if attacked, was perceived by many young Kenyans as a blanket license for police to use excessive force. Because at a time when Gen Z's protesters were already facing violent crackdowns, his statement felt like a directive threat to their safety and democratic right to protest. So in the eyes of the youth, this was not leadership, but provocation. So the moment his words were shared across social media platforms, they went viral, turning Murkomen into a symbol of state violence. That's how Gen Z felt. Yeah. Second reason, perceived loyalty to a falling regime. Murkomen has consistently stood by President William Ruto's administration, defending unpopular policies, including the now rejected Finance Bill 2024. So as the frustrations mounted over the cost of living, corruption, and governance failures, Murkomen's unwavering defense of the regime placed him in Gen Z's crosshairs. So for men, he represented the old guard, out of touch, arrogant, and more concerned with protecting power than listening to the public. That's what these young men felt. And that's why they had to board him, almost ejecting him from the public. So reason number three is that, disregard for the youth movement. You see, the Gen Z's protests have been largely peaceful, organized, and issue-driven, calling for accountability, transparency, and justice. By, framing their actions as threats or painting them as violent mobs, Murkomen was seen as dismissive of the legitimate, concerns. And that's why they had to tell him off. That's why you saw them angry. Some felt like if I'm given this guy, I don't know what I can do with him. So his tone-deaf remarks were interpreted as attempt to, delegitimize a youth-led revolution fighting for better Kenya. So that's what they felt. That's what they felt and said enough is enough. As you can see in the video, what they're doing. The fourth reason is social media mobilization. You see, Gen Z's has mastered the art of digital activism. And by the way, within minutes of Murkomen's remarks going public, online spaces exploded with anger. You could see hashtag like Murkomen must go and stop police brutality trending on X and even TikTok, memes, short videos, and live coverage from protest zones amplified the outrage, fueling on ground resentment. So when Murkomen appeared in public, the crowd had already been, primed digitally and emotionally to eject him, booed him. So that's why you saw them. They were just warming up and feeling like this guy is just here to provoke us. He's here to dance on our, fallen heroes' grave. Yeah. So that was that was not something that Gen Z could take it lightly. So lastly is that there was this symbol of arrogance and disconnect that Murkomen showed. Murkomen's presence in certain public forums was seen as an insult if you've been carefully. Because at times when families were mourning slain protesters and others were being arrested or hospitals, his attendance felt like a show of insensitivity. You could just see, how he used to move around and, like the other day when the eve day for the protest, I think it was in the morning, he went very early in town and the CBD, and he was trying to move around, trying to show people there's nothing going on, trying to prove, maybe he was proving a point to the president that there would be no protest today, that very Wednesday. But later on, after he left town, things turned upside down in just hours' time. So the crowd's reaction, booing, heckling, and eventually almost chasing him away, was spontaneous act of resistance. Yeah, it was a rejection of not just a man but the system he seemed to defend without empathy even or even remorse. So in conclusion, Murkomen's ejection booed by Gen Z was not just about one reckless statement. It was the culmination of deep-rooted frustration with leadership, state violence, and generations disconnect. Yeah, so in that moment, Gen Z sent a loud message. Yeah, they will not be. The message was that they will not be silenced, intimidated, or patronized. Not even by the most powerful voices in government. So they were just telling Murkomen, go slow on us. We are here. We know what you're doing. Follow what we say and tell us what we want to hear. Not what you want to tell us. Yeah. So when he told you, by the way, these guys, this is the fearless generation that I've ever seen in my life, because these guys, imagine going to a police and tell him, shoot if you want to, shoot me, I'm here, and giving the chest and everything to the police. This generation is just another, something else. This generation is just something else. So Murkomen, in that remarks, it was not taken lightly by agencies. They failed being betrayed and they failed not being represented well. So that is it for today. I've been your host, David Chams. If you're new here watching for the first time, remember to subscribe to the channel and not forget to hit that notification button so that in case we upload videos, we'll be among the first to be noticed. See you in the next video. Bye-bye.